Chipunk looked around and saw a reflection of Mee's torch uncovering a large mirror at the back of the room. So you guys went and hauled the petrified Rowan and set him up in front of the mirror, just so he could check himself out. Chipunk hit the mirror with his sword, causing a blinding flash and knocking everyone close to the mirror back 10 feet. And then Mee decided he would hit it even harder and caused an even brighter flash and knocked him back 20 feet. Kundarg then examined the mirror more closely and noticed a patch of pebbles laid out in a square in the reflection, which didn't exist in the room you were in.
Classic.
He went around and gathered a handful of pebbles and set them up in a square, just like in the reflection of the mirror, and the mirror dissipated, revealing a large room with an old wooden door at the end. You guys headed through the old wooden door, leaving Rowan behind. No one gave two thoughts about just ditching him, petrified in the Basilisk Cave. You also left behind Augusto. Nobody said a word to him and just left him in the cave. The room that awaited you was a massive room with a large misty pit and a series of platforms leading to the other side, where another old wooden door awaited you. Kundarg sent BIMS 2.0 to test the platforms, finding no material issues. Lemorak seized the initiative and jumped from platform to platform.
Go see a doctor.
Showing off his sea legs with their nimbly-bimbly strides. He missed only one platform, the very last one, and fell into the mist. Chipunk deftly phase-shifted from platform to platform and made it to the other side without incident. And then Mee followed Lemorak's lead and jumped from platform to platform, stopping at the last one to rescue Lemorak. Mee jumped down into the pit and landed hard on the ground with a thud. Chipunk also jumped into the mist for whatever reason, and he landed hard too, taking some damage. Kundarg, the last remaining body outside the mist, was still on the far side. He took a running start at the first platform, however, caught his toe on a pebble and immediately fell into the pit. He got up and shook himself off, and actually had BIMS 2.0 lead him through the mist from flying up above and lowering a rope for him. The group reunited, without Rowan of course, and climbed up the far side of the misty pit. You guys then proceeded to open the door, and before you see a long, dark tunnel.
We go back.
Straight into the pit. Alright, so you're situated over here. So shift here. I guess I should give someone control of Chipunk.
I like Scott.
Sure.
Take that.
Beep boop.
Nailed it.
You need the voice modulator.
Oh, that'd be even better.
There we go. I think you can.
Orbs, your mic sounds a bit different.
Yeah, he sounds like he's inside a tin can or something.
Could it be the wrong mic is selected?
Vaguely possible. Although, yeah, I guess I do have.
Yeah, it sounds like your room mic. As
Like a
opposed to-
webcam mic, maybe?
Yeah,
We've all been there before.
the hidden mic.
So many times. I have an amazing story related to that. We do like work from home, right? So I remote log into my Like, this kind of technology should not exist. And funnily enough, one of the people in the call I was on sits behind me, so I could, like, see him. It was
Oh,
pretty
man.
funny.
How about now?
Isn't that?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
better?
pretty normal.
Nice.
I did that same thing and then purposely recorded some audio and then put the file on my other computer and played it just to freak them out. Yeah,
Madman.
Oh god.
I don't know.
that like remoting into computers. Like, what a time to be alive. We got wind-powered sea vessels.
I hope I never have to go back to the
Remoting in.
office.
So at my office they haven't mandated the 3 days a week.
I refuse.
Yeah, and I've basically said, like, I'm following my wife's schedule, so like you're getting enough out of me as it is. So
Mine has started
Especially when you're
mandating
crying.
1 day a week. And I don't even know why. Because all my teammates either worked out of Markham or London. So it's like, go to the office and have these important conversations and stuff. And it's like, with no one. It's still just through a Skype or like through Teams.
Incredible.
But my manager's pretty flexible. And if she's not, I'll just make her cry.
I heard
Seems to
that's
be the
really
way to
effective.
make
It works
it
really
work.
well. Yeah.
Super
It
effective.
Never
really
backfires.
increases your job satisfaction. Jesus.
Um,
All right, so I will assume that you fellows are traveling through the door and not backwards into the mist.
We
we set
jump.
up a kill
Oh
box.
no.
Yeah, we set up a kill box
Set
and
up the
wait.
kill box.
I'm returning the favor of you guys never going through doors. Fuck. But yes.
Big decision.
Is the handle unlocked?
Yeah, it's unlocked. Yeah.
I kick it open violently.
So you wind up and make a heavy kick as if you're breaching the door.
Can I do a flying dragon double leg kick?
You can roll an acrobatics check to see how well that goes.
Way ahead of you.
Oh, you do a reasonable flying dragon double kick, and as the door swings open, it slams into the wall of the hallway on the other side, and makes a very loud bang sound, and slowly starts to close again.
I just hold it open.
Well done, Red U. I will start exploring this hallway with my torch illuminating the way.
All right. So, as you look down the hallway before you enter with your torch, you see nothing but darkness, save for a very faint light from what you can only assume could potentially be the end of the tunnel. As you enter with your torch lit behind you, you notice that the walls here are cold, hard stone, and the tunnel here appears to be more of a natural cave that's been modified by someone or something to serve as a passage between two areas.
Hmm.
Are there any other kind of markings on the wall?
So I'll get you to
Perhaps
make
features?
a perception check. The room that you just came from was obviously a built room of stone slabs, where this hallway is more natural in its appearance. It does have a flat stone floor, but the walls themselves more resemble the walls of kind of a damp cave, and aren't finished or refined in any way as you first start heading out. And no, there's no significant markings as you first enter.
There are pebbles on the ground.
There are pebbles. It's a stone floor, so there's also pavers, but it looks
Any
like
that shaped like an X?
you don't notice any X-shaped ones, but I'll have you make a perception check.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
Oh. Just wait for it.
Do you have advantage on that, or is it the 11?
No, I just accidentally clicked.
All right. So you do notice some pebbles on the ground. They don't seem to be anything out of the ordinary, but as you're traveling down the hallway under the torchlight that Me is putting forth, you start to notice some things other than pebbles. Little bits of metal, a spring here or there, little rivets and bolts and different things like that as you keep traveling down the hallway.
Yarr. These pebbles are mechanical.
Mechanical pebbles. So as the group, I assume you guys keep traveling down this tunnel. So it's a one-way tunnel, so there's no
Let's do it.
extra decisions to be made.
Please feel free to narrate the remainder of the tunnel.
It's dark. It's pretty dark, other than the torchlight.
Listen, you can keep us. You can keep us in this tunnel as long as you want to continue to narrate the tunnel. It's still 100% up to you how long we stay in this tunnel.
I exit the tunnel immediately.
You start traveling towards the exit and realize it's further than you thought it might be.
What?
Your entire session is spent examining pebbles in a dark tunnel. So as you travel down the tunnel, the orange glow from your torchlight illuminating behind you, you notice that the light that you thought might be the end of the tunnel, it's not as bright as you would expect it to be, and is more of kind of a faintly glowing blue hue in the distance, probably 200 meters away at this stage.
I think D&D is all Imperial, so you're gonna have to do the conversion.
What did I say it was? 200 meters? 600 feet, approximately. Longbow range.
What's the ambient temperature in this tunnel?
The ambient temperature
In Kelvin.
In Kelvin.
Back 273.
So, I'll have you make what kind of check here? Temperature check?
Nature check, maybe?
Yeah, let's go with a nature check. Oh. Well, you think that it's somewhere between 273 and 291 degrees Kelvin. Or just below room temperature. It's chilly, it's damp is really the...
Is it dank?
It's not dank. I'm not going to describe it as dank, it's damp.
Not sticky, icky?
Yeah. Cold,
Okay.
Cool and damp is the... Actually, I described it as cold. So, it's 273 degrees Kelvin, and it's cold and damp. Maybe 274, just so it's not freezing. Get out your...
Are there any like little creatures or
Kelvin
anything?
thermometer. No, so far all you've seen is some pebbles on the floor. You've noticed a little bit more since you're an artificer and are attuned to these things. There seems to be, every once in a while, very small gears, springs, kind of mechanical components on the floor, but they're not very large. Just little ones that kind of seem like a little bit of debris that's fallen by the wayside. But strange to find in a not dank, a damp, cold cave.
I pull out a shovel and begin to dig.
All right. I'll have you make a strength check. So you take out your shovel and you try to dig through the stone floor, and the spade of your shovel just ricochets off the heavy stone floor.
By the 7! This rock is too hard to dig through. I need some help.
No time, Red U. We find blue light.
All right, so you guys continue traveling down this very long, ominous tunnel.
Now it's ominous?
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a full hour, 2 hours of being in this tunnel, so you just get ready. Examining every pebble you find. So as you travel down, the faintly glowing blue light starts to become a little bit more prominent. It's still a faint blue, but you're probably about 300 feet away now, and can kind of see that there's potentially, an opening up ahead where this faint blue light is coming from.
Do we hear anything?
No, just the faint sound of the occasional drip of water. Other than that, the cave is in complete silence. Other than you guys clambering around. No one here is that graceful, so... So you continue down the tunnel, and as you approach the glowing that you saw, the tunnel seems to open up into a small room. On the right side of the room, you can see lettering along the wall that's glowing faint blue and seems to be the source of the blue light that you saw earlier. It's still fairly faint. It's not super bright blue, but you can see that there's lettering on the wall. On the left side of the room, there's a small alcove with a small pile of gears and trinkets and other mechanical debris within the alcove.
Is it more like gears and springs and the mechanical debris?
Yep, gears, springs, rivets, a couple of small sheets of metal. None of them are very large. They're all quite small. So
can I figure out, are they steel, are they copper, are they bronze? What's the composition of these parts?
The composition of the parts.
What's the atomic mass?
The atomic mass. So they seem to be a variety of metals. There's some copper, there's some bronze, a little bit of iron. You're not sure, there might be a little bit of steel or some other alloy metals. But for the most part, it's kind of copper and bronze metal trinkets.
So I pick a piece up and sort of stare at it in a curious look upon my face.
Okay.
I'm going to sift through the stuff looking for valuable like gold or silver or jewels.
Okay.
Yar.
I'll have
Where's
you
the
make.
booty?
I'll have you make an investigation check. So you sort through a little bit of it, and you can't really find anything of value. To you, it just kind of seems like a pile of junk left by the wayside.
Yar. No booty be here. What's with those glowing blue letters?
These squiggly lines.
All right. So you're gonna take a look at the lettering on the wall.
Somebody with some arcane sense should probably take a look.
You can take
Someone who
take a
can
little
read
peek.
should look.
Fair.
Or Shadow Dark. You can get in there.
Oof.
Oh,
Too soon.
Too soon. Salt in the wound. Scott
That
had
was
to sit out
stone cold, Kev.
multiple sessions just for staring at a basilisk too long.
The statute of limitations is not up yet.
So I assume Kundarg's looking at these. Oh, that's not great. So as you take a look at the lettering, it takes a minute or two for your eyes to gain focus on what the lettering actually is. And strangely enough, it's just written in common. It's not anything really fancy or difficult. So you stumble over yourself trying to discern what strange language it is, just to find out that it's just plain and ordinary.
It's so obvious. It's curious it wasn't narrated to start with.
Well,
That's how obvious it was.
You guys didn't even look at it. This is Omnamu's bag all over again. You open the bag, you see some things. Great. Let's move on to the next thing. So Kundarg takes a look at the lettering on the wall, and it appears to be some form of riddle.
Oh god.
We all know we love.
Ooh, we love a riddle.
And so Kundarg reads the riddle out to the group, and it says,
You have to do it in Kundarg's voice.
Do it.
I am the beginning of the end, and the end of time and space. I am essential to creation, and I surround every place. What am I?
Space.
Me no like riddles. Smash door. Is there a door?
Not that you can see as of yet. You
I
guys
started
have kind of
looking
been
for a door.
opening. Let me see where I
Must
put
be
the
door.
So there's kind of an exit to the tunnel, but it just leads to a dark tunnel.
It exits to the dark tunnel. The tunnel we came from.
So there's the tunnel you came from, and there's so what you've come to is you've gone down a tunnel, and then there's like an opening in the tunnel, and then it shrinks back down and continues on. And so in this opening in the tunnel, on the right side you have the lettering, and then on the left side you have the pile of junk. And you hear some faint noises as the riddle is read aloud.
Uh-oh.
The noise it sound like.
Like that?
Ooh, ooh.
So me was pretty close with the sound that you heard. As you, so after Kundarg's read the riddle, you hear some.
Doppelgangers.
Did you?
Shh, we tried to hear riddle. Think of riddle. Alright, so one of you smart characters needs to guess, because me is not going to.
And by one of you smart characters, one of the ones that's also not me, because I am not a smart character.
Hey, this is
Just average.
Just
What,
a
is it
group full
not-
of
I
idiots.
am a very average character.
Is it not space? Like the word space?
No, it's
Nothing happens?
Nothing happens when you repeat the word space.
Remember that it's written out on the wall. Hey Ryan, maybe you could write it out.
Yeah, here, let me write it out for you.
I mean, my character's smart, but I'm real dumb. I'm having a hard time figuring this out.
Wait.
And you hear, so as you reread the riddle that I put in the roll 20, you hear the noise again.
Oh. E.
So as you state the letter E, you hear a different noise. Now, the lettering from the wall disappears, and you hear a faint beep boop, beep beep boop, beep boop, getting louder and louder. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
Be quiet, Metal You!
And from out of the pile of debris in the alcove burst 3 curious creatures.
Cats?
What are they curious about?
Just about everything.
We teach them about the world and emotions.
Ooh, teaching robots emotions. Dangerous, Kevin. I've seen that movie.
Are you guys on this page? Are you guys on the landing screen? Yeah, there we go.
We're in the imagination station.
So right over here, you see these 3 curious characters.
Oh, what? They're so cute.
Uh-oh,
out of
minions.
I love them.
And each of them have kind of faintly glowing blue eyes.
Hey, Lord Dandrin, Jesus. What are you little creatures? I approach them cautiously like you would approach a cat.
I ready my glaive.
I make cat noises.
Glaive readied.
Do they appear hostile?
As they burst out of their pile of debris, a familiar voice comes into each of your heads.
Stop! Don't kill me! Don't you recognize your master?
Who's killing
Even...
me?
Even in this new form?
They're after you, not me.
Wow.
Hey, Shadow Dark, is that you?
That's right. It is I. And you guys can tell that it's the middle cute robot that's speaking to you. I told you I already...
Oh, go ahead.
I told you I sold my soul to a greater being. So my soul was safely in another realm when my body was turned to stone. It was a trivial task to take control of these robots. Now, what's the plan you all have clearly started undertaking to restore my life to my body.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. Yar, we're working on that one. That's our first priority.
This little box sounds like Dark You.
That's right, it's Dark You. In a new form. But,
It's
I kind of liked my old form, so...
it's new, Dark You. Me?
It's me too.
Me too.
It's a movement.
Can
What
I
about other little boxes?
can I pet your little robot head and give you a little magical tinkering so you glow in the dark?
What's this? Ooh, a glow in the dark. Excellent. Wait, no, don't do that. I control the power of darkness. You may tinkle my robot companions here, which are my two most faithful minions. They're very reliable and never listen to all my instructions.
Very well. I pet this one up here, I make him glow in the dark, and then the bottom one I make it smell like farts.
How large are these robots?
Just self. He's a robot. He can't smell. You're
That's
just
true.
ruining it for yourself. Just
I have no order sensors. I have two eyes, a kind of creepy mouth, and no nose, you'll note.
How large are these things?
so they're. I guess they're considered medium.
Ooh, I can't.
So that
imbue
pile
them in.
of that pile of parts was a little bigger than it was first thought. Theme. Turns out that there was actually kind of a hole underneath, and the pile of parts was on top.
All the searching for valuables I did, just not.
Well, you rolled a 2, so.
That's true. Okay,
yeah,
I'll give you that.
I went with the 2. I was crossing my fingers that it wasn't a 20, and I'm like, "You just found him." Before.
The big reveal.
I'll give you
I'm
it.
gonna knock on the metal. Why Dark You not come out of box?
Well, my soul is still in another realm, so this box is my only conduit to reach you in this realm right now.
Yar, you need to use smaller words, mate.
Oh, well, I'm not sure if I can explain the...
Me can
Intricate-
do it. Me can get you out.
I would really prefer you didn't. I like being in the box.
Box is Dark You.
Yeah, it's my
You.
box.
Is box.
I'm in here, it's keeping me safe.
Box you.
I would die if I came out of the box. So let's not get me out of the box. But
Tiny
get my
man,
old
Tiny
Cody
You
box.
is right. You is box you now.
okay.
Welcome to
Acceptable.
Team Box You.
Excellent.
I
Now,
am me.
I am me. Pleased to meet you, me.
This is Tiny You. This Red You. This Metal You.
Beep boop.
All right. So what's come out of the the little pit full of gears and trinkets? Maybe I'll get Kundarg to make a Arcana check on this one, or even a Nature check, or a History. 14 works.
That's probably my
So-
best.
So what appears before you are 2 monodrones and a duodrone, which are considered modrones.
Are they magical or they're just like constructs?
They are beings of absolute law that adhere to a hive-like hierarchy.
Like lobsters?
So they're constructs. They appear to have some quasi-fleshy bits, but for the most part, they're kind of metal and bolts. And
Do they wear makeup in the workplace?
That's a great question. You don't know enough about their history to know about their workplace.
Is that a Jordan Peterson reference?
It was.
Terrible. We on quest to slay dragon. You join us, Box you?
Well, of course I join you, but before we slay the dragon, aren't you going to restore me to my previous body?
Me always have this body.
We had momentum in this direction, so we thought we'd finish with Quest A before we went on Quest B. Why didn't you close your eyes?
I was destroying that beast to save all your lives, you ungrateful servants. What do you mean
Easy
you
there.
moved on? Are you saying you abandoned me?
No.
Me is right here.
Words you safely.
I can see you, me. I'm talking about me. Where's me? Terrible. You're all a bunch of worthless minions. How could you not carry me on your shoulders as your master should deserve?
I lifted up this creature and try to put him on my shoulders.
Oh, alright.
I was about to roll initiative.
Okay.
Well, that's more like it, but I'm very disappointed in all of you for leaving me in the dust back there. Can't believe it.
Me is not in dust.
Behind. Oh, well, alright.
Me is right here.
Which way to get out of here, at least? Are we trapped in here? I was under some rubble where I found these robots. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, we could go back to that hallway.
We're on our way to the dragon. Is this room a dead end?
No, it continues
No,
on.
it continues on.
We
the
continue on down the room to its end, describing everything from here to the end of where the next important thing actually is.
Lemrak, my friend, perhaps we should ask New Dark
Box you.
Box you if he knows a way to return his body back to flesh.
Nope.
Well,
I was hoping to group source that.
we'll workshop something.
Yeah.
We tried some stuff. Nothing.
Oh, really? Really? Like what stuff?
Well, we had
too many
you look at
things,
you.
really.
We put your parts of you in your mouth.
What?
Disregard that part.
I don't want to know.
What?
Dear God.
You
I have
ever
more
wake up in that
dignity as
body.
a tiny robot.
If you ever wake up in that body, don't chomp down.
Don't swallow.
I'm marching
So-
down this hallway.
You're going further down the hallway.
Box you on my
Going
shoulders.
down the hallway.
Alright, so you begin traveling down the dark hallway. You've got Boxu on your shoulders. He's got his two flying one-eyed bandits following closely behind. Not so close as to be damaged by the torch that you're carrying, though. So you start traveling down the hallway. It looks very similar to the previous hallway, so I won't describe it in too much detail. There are some pebbles and other springs and gears and things on the floor. It has the same stone floor that you had before. and the same kind of natural cave walls and ceiling. So as you travel down to the end of, or what you think might be the end of this tunnel, before you sits before me and you and square you. What was
Box you.
box you, red you, metal you, tiny you, and me. You come across what seems to be a dead end with a cave wall. On one side of the hallway, there is a iron basket, and on the other side of the hallway, you can see some stones and rocks and just kind of general debris.
I put box you in the basket.
All right.
Me shoulders tired.
Well, you're still going to carry
Ryan's
the basket,
reading.
right?
Anything in the basket is instantly destroyed. Like, oh no, Scott.
Instantly turned to stone.
Petrified again, just when you least expected it. So you put box you into the basket, and you notice on the wall in front of you, individual kind of glowing yellow lights begin to light up. And you see one light up, and two light up, and three light up,
I might want to get out of this box.
four light up,
I'm getting out of the box.
and five light up. And so he gets out of the box, and the lights slowly dissipate the same way that they turned on.
Yarr. It's like the portholes of a ship as it's being loaded. I call it the loading lights.
Were these lights pretty?
They were
Yarr.
pretty yellow. But they were just kind of faint lights lighting up on the wall in front of you, kind of the dead end wall that you're in front of.
They just look like rock again now.
Yep.
I'm gonna search the dead end, see if there's any hidden doors or anything.
All right. I'll get you to make an investigation check. So you can't really detect any hidden doors that you can see from your investigation. Even where the light was appearing, just appears to be normal rock. There doesn't appear to be like a light bulb or anything that would have caused that light to turn on.
It's too dark in here. Box, you get back in basket.
Wait. I can send my glowing minions to provide light, so we can figure this out.
These minions?
Yes.
Poor Dark you, always looking for minions.
Well, now I have some. I search around the room
Poor
with
Dark
help
you.
from these walking lamps.
Okay, so as you and your minions search around the room, again you've got this iron basket on the right hand side, what appears to be just a regular cave wall at the very end. and like a pile of rocks and stones off to the left side.
Me wish
Alright.
he was here.
I'll cast a spell just so they light up a little bit more. Fairy fire.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know if this gives them any advantage to searching, but there you have it. It's a 10-foot. What is it? Any creature sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius.
And so it.
I blasted it on
causes-
all of them.
Okay, so they're shedding dim light.
Mm-hmm.
I command them to pick up the rocks and put them in the basket.
All right, so each of your monodrones picks up a rock and drops it into the basket. Again, you see a yellow light appear on the stone wall at the end, the cave wall. And so at first one light appears. A moment later, a second light appears. And then a third light appears. And then a fourth light appears. And then a fifth light appears. And then a sixth light appears. And then a seventh light appears. And then an eighth light appears. Then a ninth light appears. And on the 10th light, you see a split in the stone wall in front of you. And the cave wall begins to open up in front of you, and a cold rush of freezing cold air blasts into the tunnel from outside.
Ooh.
And now it's well illuminated, and cold air continues to rush into the tunnel.
What do we see beyond this open door?
So in front of you, you can see let me cross-reference the hypotenuse here. So in front of you, you can basically see what looks like a small trail, and and a stone like mountain face, maybe 3 or 4 feet past the entrance that just opened up. There's a stone wall, and then on either side there appears to be some kind of path going left and right.
Is it still like underground or is it outside?
It's outside. It's outside. Yeah, cold, icy. It's very much winter outside from where you've traveled.
Well, I'm gonna step out into the air and take a look around.
All right. You step out into the open air. Whoop. Sorry, I had to copy and paste you guys to a different page. Okay. We stepped out. a lot of peripheral characters here that we gotta manage. Alright, and I send you into the darkness.
Pure darkness.
Heal. And you step out into, so let me draw your attention here. So the walls of the cave or the mountain open up, and you find yourself on a narrow path that goes both left and right from where you are.
And can we see in either direction where the path goes?
Not very far. So as you step out here, it's very cold, windy. There's lots of snow flurries blowing around. You can feel the cold nip of the cold air. It's very cold. If you didn't get that part from my description, and you can see about this far in either direction. So when you look at this path, there appears to be a trail that you're standing on, and the mountain faces all around you are approximately 80 to 100 feet high. So you found kind of a narrow gully path.
Are there any tracks on the path?
Funny you should ask. As you examine the path in more detail, you notice tracks from horses coming and going along this trail are clearly visible.
Which direction are they going?
So they go in both directions. It looks like
Classic horse.
Classic horse. So it looks like they're tracks that are coming and going. So they're traveling in both directions, from what you can tell, through kind of the icy pathway.
Can we tell which are the more fresh set of tracks?
I'll get you to make a
Survival.
would that be like a
Survival?
Survival, probably.
survival? Okay. Yeah.
What do you see? What are these tracks?
All
Analyzing.
right. So, as you look closer, the freshest of the tracks appear to be headed in this direction.
I point down the path. The freshest set of tracks go this way. Perhaps that's the way we should go. I say.
Very well.
Good job,
I command you
Boxu.
all to go this way.
There, Boxu. I have free will. And I start walking down that way.
Oh!
Who made you the captain?
Dark you was
So-
captain.
This path is quite narrow. It's about 3 feet wide,
Oof.
and then tapers up with the mounted faces. So you'll have to travel single file on this particular path.
Lead way, Boxu.
No way. One of you will take point. I'll safely be in the middle. Already basically died once. Don't really
When?
want to do it again.
When you almost die.
Oh, another lifetime ago. It feels like.
I go forward. Me know these mountain passes.
Right, so me is taking point. If you guys want to get kind of a rough marching order. Scott, can you control all these?
No.
No?
I cannot control any of these four. Despite clicking furiously.
Click harder.
There, try now. Click furiously, though. There we go.
Yeah.
He's alive. Alright, let me get back to revealing some area. Real janky that you can only do squares with this. Oh, polygon reveal. I'm not going to trust myself.
You can
with
do...
that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do the other way.
Yeah. We'll just go with concentric squares. Right. So you continue traveling down this cold, narrow, icy path. How are you guys traveling? Are you making a huge amount of noise? Are you being stealthy? Are you just trying to shield yourselves from the cold and move forward as best you can?
We're singing a battle hymn, probably.
I'm not going particularly stealthy, but I am ever watchful.
Watchful, okay. So you keep moving forward here. Reveal a big giant section. As you're traveling down this this narrow path, single file, I have kind of an eerie, ominous feeling as the cold penetrates your winter clothing, and the icy wind goes right up your shorts. And you wonder, why am I wearing shorts in the winter? Wasn't winter in Phandalin, was it?
I'm a naked robot.
Do you have temperature sensors?
Hopefully not.
Right, so you guys
We
keep
continue.
traveling down the path here. Open it up in advance.
I perceive for traps.
All right, I'll get you to make a perception check.
Perception. There we go.
All right, you take a look around you and don't notice anything out of the ordinary. It seems to be just a cold, icy, narrow path that you're traveling down.
A well-traveled path must be very safe.
The wind continues to howl and pick up faster and faster as you continue traveling down this narrow path.
Maybe we should pick up the pace. It's kind of nippy. Even in my superior body,
It's a tit
started
nipply.
Yeah, it's a tit nipply.
You lowlanders need to toughen up. This is cool breeze.
And so, sorry, as you come around this side and look up, you can start to see the walls of something above you here. It's really jangly.
Can I teleport up with that clone thing that Chapunk does?
So
at too far away?
At this section, it's a little too far away. I think that can go 30 feet. It's about 50 or 60 feet up that you can see these kind of stone walls that come out of the mountainside. As you continue to travel upward, the wind howls more and more, and it gets seem to be getting more and more flurries whirling around you.
Hope there's shelter soon.
Do we have to worry about like exhaustion and stuff?
Not at this stage.
Okay.
So far, you're just traveling up this path. So you do come across this area of the path that is covered in rubble.
Ah, blast. Is there any way to clear it?
Or maybe climb
the
over it.
Yeah, the rubble consists of some pretty large, heavy rocks, plenty of medium-sized rocks. There's a significant number of pebbles. Some of them are icy, covered in snow. It looks fairly difficult to traverse.
Let's do it anyway.
To save you from rolling a bunch of nonsense, you travel a little slower through this area because it's difficult terrain, but you successfully make it to the other side.
Nice. Sorry, BRB.
And before you can start to see some more outlines of a building.
Ooh.
And through the whirling flurries, you can see what looks like a large bridge spanning across the narrow path that you're traveling on.
How high up is the bridge?
The bridge is at the same level as the buildings on either side, so it's about 60 feet up.
60 feet. Wow.
Teleport?
I can only go 30 feet. Unless you make a human pyramid.
I don't think there's any humans here. I believe Rowan was the only human in the group.
Rest in peace.
Taking care of this. No, the single human cannot form a pyramid. What about, do we have like grapple hooks in our packs? In our winter survival
Got
gear?
some grappling hooks and climbing gear that
Alright, Chapunk lines up a nice grapple, and he tries to grapple the bridge edge there.
all right. I will have you make I'm gonna have you make an athletics check. Ooh, acrobatics. It's a decent roll though.
Oh, I have a 5 on athletics. Would have been even better.
Well, you so Chapunk whirls the grappling hook around and releases it, and it goes pretty far in the air. It makes it to about 50 feet, and then comes crashing back down to the path with a loud clang sound.
A 10-foot differential. Alright, this time he teleports his clone 30 feet up and then throws the grappling hook the remaining however many feet.
That's a complex
Maneuver?
So he's teleporting. He's putting his image just loosely in midair, 30 feet in the air.
Maybe not 30 feet. Just enough so that I just need to be. I'll put 15 feet because I was 10 feet short, right? It'll be 15
Well,
feet
that
up in the
time
air.
we were 10 feet short.
Well, how about this time?
Well, I guess you'll have to make an acrobatics check for this one.
All right. Here it comes.
Oh. All right. So you managed to lodge a grappling hook in onto the bridge that's spanning these two buildings.
Nice.
The rope dangling down is at least 60 feet long.
Okay. I guess I'm the heaviest one, so I'll test it for strength. So I start trying to climb up the grappling hook.
All right. What's the rule for climbing? I'm surprised it's not on this.
It's an athletics check.
Cheat sheet. All right. So you need to make an athletics check.
Oh, wait a second. Actually, before I do that,
You turn to
Box
stone.
U comes up here and says, "Don't forget to use the power of the dark side." And he uses guidance. So I get a 1d4 on ability checks.
Here we go.
Before or after making the check, so I can see if I suck first.
Give it to each of us as we climb up.
Yeah, I could do that. So anyway, I'll do an athletics check. Oh wait, yeah, it's Chapunk. Oh god! I don't know if a 1d4 can save this one. I mean, I'll try. Maybe a 10 is good enough. Whoops.
So, as you begin to climb, the icy wind blows, and your hands slip off the rope, and you fall back to the ground, uninjured, but a little bruise in your pride.
Beep boop. Well.
So, as you look at this rope dangling down from the bridge, you can see the narrow path ahead continues on as well. So throw down those subtle hints.
Everyone, keep rolling until you make it up this rope. Or maybe this wind is going to make it too hard for us to get up this rope, and we should continue forward.
Climbing rope is easy. I spit on my hands and start climbing.
Well, don't forget the dark side. Use the 1d4 bonus if you want it.
Great. Let's see. Make an athletics check here. So it's a 13. So you make it up. How fast does a person climb?
Half their speed.
Half their speed, so about 15 feet. So you get up about 15 feet, and the heavy wind blows again, and you find your grip loosening on the rope. You're still holding on though, about 15 feet up.
Continue climbing.
All right, I'll get you to make another athletics check.
Oof.
And you fall to the ground.
I only get one of those.
Oof. This rope is broken.
The rope flaps in the wintry icy breeze, the icy wind.
Well, this might be too difficult. I suggest we continue onward and find another route. Beep boop. Yep. And Japunk continues down the path.
Alright. Continues down this path.
Oh my god, I just noticed your portrait. Incredible.
I hope someone
Number
will recognize
5
it.
alive.
Johnny 5.
Johnny 5.
Your portrait is minimized for me.
Well.
Disassemble.
Shame.
No disassemble.
Oh wait, I'm in front. I'll keep walking.
Keep walking? Okay.
Yeah.
So as you come around this corner, you can see in this large stone building there appears to be a series of arrow slits.
Uh-oh.
You can't detect any light coming from the other side from where you're standing.
Everyone proceed cautiously, silently.
What does cautiously mean?
Shh. Means quietly. I sneak. Oh, it's not a very good sneak.
Right? You begin to try to sneak. Ooh, even the sneaky one's not that sneaky.
Oops, that was for Chipunk, the second one.
Oof.
Stealth mode activated.
He shouts. Alright, so you believe you're being very stealthy. However, you're not. Well, yeah, you believe you're being quite stealthy. You can't really hear each other's motions over the howling, icy wind that continues to hamper your progress.
Alright, Chipunk continues along the path.
Alright, and before you can see a couple more arrow slits. And then a door. The trail ends at the outer door to this building. It's got a heavy wooden door surrounded by icy stone walls.
So can I approach the door?
It's your world. I'm just telling you about it. Alright, so you approach the door. Do you open the door? Or try to open the door?
I'm gonna examine the door first.
Alright. So the the door that you're examining appears to be a typical old gatehouse door. It's very heavy wood with iron studs running through it. And it's in front of you. It's very icy on the outside as well from being out in the elements.
Can I test to see if it opens before opening it?
Yeah. Yep, so you push lightly on the door, and there doesn't seem to be anything impeding it from opening.
I examined the door for traps.
Alright, I'll get you to make a perception check. Or investigation. Perception's pretty good. Either way, there's no traps on the door that you can discern.
Okay, well in that case I open the door.
Alright. So you open up the door. And inside this building, you see what look to be stables, and there's 4 horses sitting in their stables, doing typical horse things. The occasional whinny, eating some oats, some water.
Are they branded?
You don't see any brands on these particular horses.
They're ours now.
There are, you can see that they have their saddles attached. They've got blankets to keep them warm in the cold winter air. They seem pretty well taken care of.
Okay, I'm gonna sneak up to this corner and take a look around.
All right. So as you enter the room, feel some more here. It opens up into a moment here. Didn't come with token here. That's not ideal. Just give me one moment here.
While Ryan's working, I'll show this off. This arrived in the mail today.
Ooh.
3 books.
Adventures in Space.
Damn.
I pre-ordered this a couple of months ago, and the reviews have been coming in that are quite bad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wait, what is it?
It's like a
Spelljammer.
Spelljammer. It was a set of 3 books. There's like rules for adventures in the astral plane, like a monster manual and an adventure. But the reviews for the rules for astral plane are pretty
What are people
unfavorable.
saying about it?
Basically, like that it's too much. Like, just make up the rules on the fly. Like, do what you want. Like, there's no. It has like an adventure where you have like an airship or something. Like, and then but it doesn't have rules for like ship to ship combat and such.
What?
It's all right.
Come on,
Yeah.
wizards.
It's called Spelljammers. It's gotta be good.
Yeah,
Couple
magic in
years,
space.
couple years too late for us, but
Or maybe not.
Did you guys happen to read any of the
no.
thing?
The one D&D.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like mostly the same stuff, but like they've tweaked a bunch of things. Like it's all 5e. It's 5e, but like with some very minor tweaks to some things. Like characters get starting feats.
Yeah, the backgrounds. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah, one of the like dwarves get like stone sense. Kind of like they can detect. They basically have like Ryan's ranger ability, kind of.
Oh gosh.
Like by default for like 60 feet or something when they're standing on rock.
I'll pay more attention to that when it gets close to coming out.
Yeah, there's some interesting little bits and pieces in there.
I thought they were working on a simplified rule set. Like when I used to work at the company, there was a playtest with Mike Merles, and he had this like new version of Fifth that was way more accessible and like super simplified.
There
It doesn't
is.
seem. Is
There
that
is
part of it too?
No, there's a simplified D&D that you can also play. But that's like a whole separate thing.
Gotcha. Well, I guess it doesn't make sense to change anything now because 5th is super popular.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt there'll be any significant changes anytime soon.
That's what their video said, right? Like they said, like, we iterated to get to 5th. Everybody seems to really like 5th.
Yeah.
So we're not going to change it. We're just going to like make smaller iterations. And like, I think 1D&D isn't coming out for like
2024. That's what they said.
is it 2024 or like
Yeah.
I thought it was even beyond that, but in any
It could
case,
be.
they're gonna release all these like little packets and get fan feedback before they start making any books. Like they're like, we're not gonna like put ourselves in a corner and get everybody mad at us. Like everybody has a chance to tell us before we start printing these books.
That's what they did with D&D 5 as well, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so sorry for the delay there. For whatever reason, all of the tokens pre-populate except these 4 named people you just stumbled across. So as Chipunk enters the room, you come across 4 humans. All clad in various armor.
Is this
With,
another campaign that we've come across?
What do you mean?
Are these other adventurers?
Oh, well, you haven't interacted with them yet, but I was just describing
I
them to
say,
you.
hail.
Well, as you say that, you first take in their brief description.
I refuse.
So before you stand,
I close my eyes.
You get punched in the face. So before you stand, 4 humans, all clad in differing armor, with kind of various intricacies to it. Each one's a little bit different. There's 2 women and 2 men.
That's it?
That's it.
I like those odds.
I say, aye, who goes there?
Well,
Are
we
you-
were about to ask you the same thing.
Are you
Who
friend
goes
or foe?
there?
Are you a gnome?
I only have 2 voices.
Ah!
Ah, oh yeah, we forgot that, right?
Ah! You've surprised us. So the rugged, sullen, brutish-looking man steps forward and says, "You've come into our domain. What right do you have to ask us who we are without telling us first who you are and what you're doing here?"
First, maybe you tell us where we be. We're totally lost.
Completely lost? Well, you should go back from whence you came. There's nothing for you here.
We can't do that. We're here to slay a dragon.
Oh. Slay a dragon, you say?
Perhaps you've heard of him. His name is Cryovane.
Well, of course. You're in his domain right now. You've made your way to the gatehouse of Icespire Hold. Now get out of here
Hey,
before we run you through.
Are you
What's going on?
disciples of the dragon?
Sorry. I got a what's going on and a something about a dragon.
bombard him at the same time.
Everybody talk at once. I'll select who I respond to.
What's happening in front?
We're talking
Just
to
way
the.
at the back.
We're-
It's crowded in here.
Kundark is negotiating with these humans. He's doing a great job, I think. I'm kind of short. I can't see over Chipunk.
So the blonde lady at the back here takes a look at Kundarg and says, "Well, you sirs are too late. We've already slayed the dragon and taken all of its treasure. You might as well go back from whence you came."
Prove it.
Insight check.
Alright. Who's doing an insight check? Kundarg?
I will. Whoop. Someone help me.
I will also.
I
Or
don't feel
Chipunk.
very confident about that.
The chunk doesn't have very much insight, but he'll attempt to be insightful.
Why did this campaign
Not our best rolls, boys.
name these
We're-
4 characters and then provide no information? Why even name the characters? What's the... Every other character that's named has like a stat sheet and...
We fight them.
They have no
Quickly.
stats. Kill them before the stats
One
are
shot
looked up.
kill.
Get them before their stats have loaded.
Speedrun strats.
Kill him in the cutscene.
Okay.
Beep
Alright.
boop. Was there any person held hostage by dragon?
So, as you... so what are you trying to insight on?
Whether
If they're
lying
lying
or
about
not.
killing Cryobane.
As you look at this woman's face, there's nothing that would suggest to you that she's telling a lie.
But surely you can show us a tooth or some other trophy of a kill.
Well, we certainly like to keep our trophies, but we haven't finished butchering that carcass yet. Just came back for dinner to then go back and butcher that dragon carcass.
Hmm.
Was there a captive orc? Beep boop. With the dragon?
Can't comment on any captives he may or may not have had.
Why are you being so cagey with us? You're often acting awfully suspicious.
Well, it's a little confusing for me as well. I was sitting here enjoying my dinner and then suddenly am accosted with questions from a bunch of strangers whom I know nothing about. Get out of here!
Our questions cost nothing.
Yar, you're eating with the horses?
Well, the horses need to eat too. How do you think they get us to and from where we need to go?
It is so unsuitable. I wink at Bob. I'm winking.
Beep boop. at least tell us your names?
And stats.
Well,
Stats.
and if you have stats, relay those as well.
So the blonde lady in the back that's been kind of spearheading the conversation for the most part looks and says, "Why, you don't know me already? I'm Silene Wintermoon. These here are the Stone Cold Reavers. Now get out of our home. You're not welcome here. And don't tell anybody that you found us here now that we've identified ourselves."
Stone Cold Saline. Okay.
Have we heard of her?
Maybe we have. Wait. I can settle this. Don't worry, boys.
Activate
Rolling
your
back.
database.
Perfect information.
Activate perfect information knowledge.
Protocol.
Did I actually hear about these guys before? Or is it the first
So you
time?
can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month. Wow, that's a strong ability. You don't recall hearing this person's name previously.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess we intrude. I guess we'll just go out into the freezing cold and probably die. Horrible frozen deaths.
Surely you'd let another group of adventurers share the warmth in here. We're no threat to you.
We need find Orcu.
We're here to rescue our friend who is captured by the dragon.
He's princess.
He's a bit of a princess. Surely if the Cryovane has been slain, we should be able to rescue our friend easily.
I'm not giving you access to our treasure. We've slayed the dragon fair and square.
Well then,
You can go find your own treasure elsewhere. Whether
accompany
you
us.
have a friend here or not. Poppycock!
You can accompany us and be sure that we don't steal any treasure. We're only looking for our friend.
If our friend is truly up there and you have slain the dragon, then your treasure has been butchered already. We can get our friend out so he stops butchering your dragon for meat and parts.
This is true.
He's a bit of a troublemaker.
He has a thing for eyes.
I've never seen anything survive an encounter with Cryovane.
I thought you
It's
did. You said it
Not
was
even
slain.
yourself.
Well, yes.
Got him.
As you catch Silene in this one particular lie, you notice that all four of them begin to draw their swords.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
surely
Get
there
out of
must-
here before we have to muscle you out of here.
All right, everyone, let's just go. Like, I mean, we're not wanted here. We'll just
Surely
shuffle
we
out.
can tie you up and interrogate you to answer more questions.
It always works extremely well. All
I
right.
guess we'll just go outside and die.
Yeah. I guess we'll just. I wish heroes, noble heroes, would save us from our deaths.
Me no want to go outside and die. Me want to find Orcu.
Me.
Me
That's
too.
what we'll do. We'll climb up the bridge. They'll never know.
As everybody's filing out, I'm just going to hide in one of the horse stalls.
I'll get you to make a stealth check. Right. Hidden in the horse stall. Can you guys see those horses?
No.
No.
They're
No.
invisible.
Oh man. Change what layer they're on. You should have seen those when you walked.
Ooh,
in.
they're gigantic.
They're giant horses, somehow fitting down this narrow path. All right, and as you guys make your way towards the exit, this large, burly fellow proceeds to make sure that you've left the building so he can lock the door. Or will he lock the door? We'll have to see.
Or is me gonna stand his ground?
Me no like these people.
Yeah, they're regular.
Manners
Jerk
very
vibes.
important on mountaintops.
Very important.
Manners.
Manners. Well, you'll mind your manners then and be on your way.
Alright, turn that around on us. Well, I figure we have two options. We can try to climb up the bridge again, or we can murder these fools.
I mean, we probably can murder them, but what does that say about us?
Are we the bad guys?
Got suddenly bringing a whole moral dilemma into the game when previously we've just tied people up and murdered them
Murder
right
hobos.
afterwards.
Me leaving. But me no like it.
Right, and this this large fellow moves over to the door and doesn't seem to notice Lemurak in the corner.
Ooh.
And he closes the door. The door has one of those large, like where you take like a big square log and put it across the door to stop people from getting through. But he doesn't seem to engage that. He just closes the door.
All right. Well.
What sort of conversation goes on once people have left?
Oh yeah.
So he starts to walk back to the main room, and you can hear him and these other three characters discussing what just happened. So he says, so does anyone know who those were? We gave them information. We received none back. Should we make sure that they leave? And this lady over here in the corner says, yes, I'll make sure of it. And she disappears to where Lemurak can no longer see.
What day is it?
It's probably midday. You guys kind of traveled through that tunnel in the mountain over what seemed to be potentially an overnight misty pit session. So it's midday, it's freezing cold outside, and the wind is blowing. And Lemurak hears the other three remaining here. The large fellow says, "Well, now that they're gone, I'm going back to my dinner." And seems to disappear around the corner. And Silene looks at the rugged, brutish-looking fellow and says, "Jabbarl, make sure you watch the door. I don't want anyone else sneaking up on us." And so he heads over to this area and is just kind of sitting in a small chair in the corner here.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Hmm.
Where's Tiny You?
He's hiding back in the room there. Got a man on the inside. But we can't communicate with him in any way.
Is dangerous. Already Dark You and Orc You lost. Can't lose Tiny You.
You're right.
Shall we try to sneak in through the bridge? Or just really embrace our more base instincts and go in there and murder them all?
We're trying very hard not to do that.
It's true. I mean, you know, I have a new body, new lease on life. Thought about turning a new leaf, but it's just so hard to do the right thing.
Where's your new body?
Well, this body is pretty new. Well, actually, I found it in a bunch of rubble, so it's probably not very new. But it's new to me. I mean, I'm just trying it out here.
I did just meet you.
There you go.
Me, it's Dark You. He's back. Bucks You.
It's daytime. It's not dark.
No. Bucks You is Dark You.
He no look like Dark You.
Well, looks can be deceiving.
What? Use tiny words.
So maybe what we'll do, since it's 11:30, is maybe we'll pause it there in some sort of cliffhanger
Indecision
style,
limbo?
Will we
limbo.
figure it out?
You guys can try and think of a couple of ideas of what to do over the coming week, or show up next week having prepared absolutely nothing and just go with what happens.
Just wing it.
Seems far more likely.